I wasn't even looking for trouble that night. Emily had left her laptop open on the bed, the blue glow lighting up her pillows. I told myself not to peek, but the word baby in Ryan's name caught my eye. I clicked, and my chest turned ice. Message after message. Explicit words, pictures, jokes that weren't jokes. My girlfriend, my Emily, wasn't just studying with him. She was sharing herself with him. I felt sick, like I'd swallowed glass, and the room suddenly felt too small for the truth staring at me. I shut the laptop fast, like slamming a coffin. My hands shook so much I nearly dropped it. Emily was in the shower down the hall, humming like nothing in the world was wrong. My ears rang. I wanted to scream, but I couldn't. I sat there, holding my breath, waiting for her footsteps. The room felt like it might explode if she saw me. That night at dinner, Emily smiled at me, talking about essays and deadlines. She passed me the salt like nothing had happened. My fork scraped my plate. I nodded and forced fake laughs, my stomach burning. Every time her phone buzzed, I thought of Ryan. She didn't notice my silence, or maybe she didn't care. The next day, I met Sophie at her bookstore. I told her everything. Her eyes went sharp, like knives. "You can't just sit on this," she said. "You saw the proof. She's cheating." My throat closed, but hearing it out loud made it real. Sophie grabbed my shoulder. "James, you have to decide if you're going to confront her or let her ruin you." That evening, when Emily was in the shower again, her phone lit up. This time, it wasn't hidden. A message from Ryan. My chest locked up as I read. "Last night was unreal. I can't stop thinking about you." My stomach flipped. Proof. Hard proof. And the sound of the shower running made me freeze. Phone still in my hand. I put the phone back before Emily noticed. She walked out with wet hair, smiling, and asked if I wanted tea. My mouth opened, but no words came. My heart screamed to confront her, but my brain begged me to wait. I nodded, letting her make the tea, feeling like a stranger in my own flat. The next morning at the coffee shop, Tom caught me staring into the milk frother like it was a black hole. "Mate, what's eating you?" he joked. I told him half the truth, that Emily was being distant. He raised an eyebrow. Distant usually means there's someone else. Face it sooner rather than later, yeah? His words hit harder than the espresso machine's hiss. Later, Emily's flatmate Maya stopped me in the hallway. Her voice was quiet, almost guilty. "James, you know she spends a lot of late nights out, right?" My stomach tightened. I asked, "With whom?" Maya hesitated, then shrugged. "I don't want to get involved, but it's not always just studying." Her eyes avoided mine as she slipped into her room. That evening, Emily returned home glowing, her cheeks red from the cold. She kissed me quickly, almost like a habit, then pulled out her phone and typed fast, smiling at the screen. I watched every move. The smile on her face wasn't for me. It was for him, and it cut deeper than any insult ever could. I lay awake in bed while Emily slept soundly beside me, her phone face down on the nightstand. My chest felt heavy. Every buzz, every vibration made my skin crawl. I wanted to reach out, grab it, and end this lie. But my hand stayed frozen, inches from the truth, as she turned over and murmured his name in her sleep. The next morning, while Emily made toast, she asked if I'd pick her up from class later. She slipped, though. She called me Ryan instead of James. The knife froze in her hand. My stomach flipped. She laughed it off, pretending it was nothing. But I saw the truth flash across her eyes for just a second. I ran to Sophie's bookstore after work. She shook her head the moment she saw me. "You're killing yourself by staying quiet." She leaned forward. "If she called you Ryan, it's not just in her messages, it's in her heart. Don't let her drag you along." My chest ached, but her words carved through the fog. That night, I finally asked Emily why she'd called me Ryan. She laughed nervously, saying she'd been reading his essay earlier. "It slipped out," she insisted, kissing my cheek, but her eyes darted away too quickly. Her explanation felt paper thin, and my heart knew better, but I still nodded like a coward. The next day, I checked her laptop again while she was out. More messages, pictures, plans. "Can't wait for our weekend together," Ryan had written. Weekend together? My chest tightened. She wasn't just cheating. She was planning to be with him while I thought she was busy with school. That night, I couldn't take it anymore. When Emily came home smiling, I asked, "Are you seeing him?" She froze, then laughed too loudly. "Don't be paranoid," she said, but my voice rose, shaking. "I saw the messages, Emily." Her face dropped, the lie falling apart, and for the first time, I saw fear in her eyes. Emily's eyes narrowed. "You had no right to go through my laptop," she snapped, like I was the villain. My stomach twisted. She flipped it back on me, saying I was insecure, jealous, paranoid. But the images were burned into my brain, and no words could erase them. Her denial cut deeper than the truth. I couldn't stay in the same room with her lies. I grabbed my jacket and slammed the door behind me. The cold night air bit into my skin as I walked down empty English streets, the yellow glow of street lamps blurring through my angry tears. For the first time, I felt like I didn't know where home was anymore. I ended up at my mum's doorstep. She opened the door in her nightgown, eyes soft and worried. Without a word, she pulled me into a hug. My chest cracked open, and I let it all spill. The messages, the lies, the denial. She stroked my hair like I was a kid again, whispering, "You deserve honesty, James. Don't settle for less." The next day, Sophie barged into Mum's kitchen when she heard. "Enough hiding," she said, slamming her hand on the table. "She's walking over you, James. If you don't end it, she'll never stop." "Do you want to be her backup plan forever?" Her words shook me, louder than any fight with Emily. That evening, Emily showed up at Mum's door. She looked pale, eyes red, makeup smudged. "James, please, can we talk?" she begged. My heart slammed against my ribs. Part of me wanted to slam the door. Another part wanted to hear her excuses, even if they tore me apart again. Emily sat on Mum's sofa, crying into her hands. "It's not what you think," she said between sobs. "Ryan just understands me, but I never wanted to hurt you." Her words twisted around me like smoke, thick and confusing. I wanted to believe her, but the images on her laptop screamed louder than her tears. Mum stayed quiet in the kitchen, pretending to wash dishes, but I saw her eyes. She didn't believe a word Emily was saying. She caught my gaze, shaking her head softly, urging me not to fall for it. My chest tightened. Emily's sobs grew louder, but Mum's silent warning burned in my mind. Then Sophie stormed in like a hammer. She didn't even look at Emily. She went straight to me. "She's lying, James. Crying doesn't erase what she's done." Emily snapped back, "You don't know anything about us." The room erupted, voices clashing, but my head pounded too much to tell who was right. When Sophie left in anger, Emily grabbed my hand. Her eyes were wet, desperate. Please, James, don't throw us away. Ryan means nothing compared to you. You're my world. My hand shook in hers. Every word felt sweet and poisonous at the same time, and I couldn't tell if I was being saved or trapped. As she begged, her phone buzzed again on the sofa. The screen lit up with Ryan's name. My stomach dropped. She snatched it fast, hiding it behind her back, but it was too late. The look on her face said everything her words didn't. My chest caved in. The lies were still alive, breathing right in front of me. I stood up, my voice shaking but loud. Enough, Emily. I've seen it all. Stop lying. She froze, phone still in her hand. For the first time, she didn't try to talk. Her silence cut sharper than any words, because silence was the truth I'd been waiting for. Finally, she whispered, "Yes, I've been with him, but I never wanted to lose you." The words knocked the air out of me. I staggered back like she'd punched me. She reached out, but I pulled away. Everything we had, every kiss, every memory, it all shattered in one sentence. I grabbed my coat, my hands trembling. "We're done," I said, my voice cracking. She begged, cried, clung to my arm, but I shook her off. My chest hurt so badly it felt like a broken bone. But for the first time, I chose myself instead of her lies. I slept on Sophie's sofa that night. She handed me tea and said nothing, just sat beside me. For the first time in weeks, the buzzing in my head went quiet. The pain was still raw, but I felt lighter, like I'd finally torn off chains that were choking me. Weeks later, I walked past Emily's old flat without stopping. My chest tightened, but I kept walking. I wasn't healed yet, but I was free. I finally knew the truth, and I finally had the strength to move forward. The lies no longer owned me.